We've now come to the end of our series about narcissism in the martial arts. We hope you've enjoyed it and learned something about psychiatry, especially personality disorders, with a main focus and in-depth analysis on narcissistic personality disorder. We've gone through explaining what the disorder is, mental health illness, its traits, signs and symptoms, as well as all the behaviours you're likely to see from a narcissist and somebody with narcissistic traits and characteristics, as well as somebody who has narcissistic personality disorder, whether diagnosed or not. We would like to end our journey together about narcissism within the martial arts by looking at the future. If you are sick, you have a cold, a runny nose, another physiological illness, you can often find a cure from medication or maybe an intravenous injection, tablets, capsules, pills, prescribed drugs. However, let us now look at see if for somebody with narcissistic personality disorder there is a cure. Are you ready for the answer? Here it is. Can narcissistic personality disorder be cured? No. Someone with a narcissistic personality disorder is not curable. However, people with narcissistic personality disorder can receive therapy to help them lead happier and more fulfilled lives. Many people diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder do not see their behavior as problematic, and that is something we have to consider. For one to have a diagnosis of narcissistic personality disorder, they need to see their doctor, psychiatrist, or a therapist who may be able to give a diagnosis of NPD. Yet most people with NPD do not seek help. This belief often makes treatment less likely because people with narcissistic personality disorder who give themselves names of animals like to think of themselves as perfect and not needing treatment. Yet despite these challenges, some narcissists can recover with proper treatment. There are things to do to decrease the likelihood of becoming a victim of narcissistic abuse or manipulation, where they make up lies and stalk you, fake flight tickets on the internet. Treatment! It is important to note that treating narcissism must be based on true intention and a solid resolution towards getting better. In other words, no BS flip-flopping. This is because most narcissistic people tend to avoid and downplay treatment as it is part of their illness to be over-egoistic. Therefore, instead of admitting that the problem is with them, they'd rather believe that the problem is systemic, that is, in the world and outside, and the people around them who couldn't meet their delusional standards, like people who give themselves animal names. Because of this, many of them continuously have failed relationships and friendships, much like people who give themselves animal names when they were at school. Their failed relationships lead to depression and push them into taking alcohol and other substances they believe can make them feel good about themselves without bending to the decision of people telling them to seek a therapist and that they need to fix themselves. Sound like anyone you know? The major treatment for narcissism is psychotherapy, This involves the use of psychological methods applied through constant personal interaction with the patient. It comes in different ways and includes behavioral therapy. This deals with streamlining the patient's attitude to help them cope with normal life events and training them to be tolerant of others. This approach can be very hard, but it shows positive results when used properly. CBT, cognitive behavior therapy. Therapy for NPD usually involves talk therapy sessions such as CBT. The goal of CBT is to help the person with NPD learn new ways of thinking and behaving like a mature adult so that they can better relate to others and function, yes, function in society. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing therapy. Often called EMDR therapy, it is a gradual treatment that helps patients address negative and traumatic events and help them get past them. Although EMDR therapy is relatively a new therapeutic method, it is proven to help narcissists who have negative emotional triggers manage them better. Conclusion. I hope we have answered your question, can narcissists be cured? Just to recap, narcissism is uncurable. Yes, again, narcissism is uncurable. Let's just get that straight. If you've met a narcissist or somebody with narcissistic personality disorder, they have it for life. It is also noteworthy that the journey through getting better takes time and is a gradual process. You may help them in a short term, you may help them to see from another perspective, but they will never be cured. And a lot of the resources available for narcissists in order to help them need to be sought out by the narcissists themselves. They just need the courage to admit that they have a problem. Thank you for watching. I've been your host, and you've been the audience. Now go and live your life.